Hey guys, this is CG Animator and this is part 2 of the basic navigation of ZBrush. So last part we just explained some basic functions here. So as you can see I didn't have anything here, so I just selected my mesh here, or tool as they're called in ZBrush. Sorry, so let's go ahead and just draw that out, left click and drag. And like I said, if you keep doing that, it just keeps doing that and adding them as pixels. So press T and this turns into pixels. They're not actual polygons really, they call them pixels. That's why it's called pixel logic, but at least that's what I think. That's why I think it's called that. But let's clear this with Control N, like I said, F to frame it. Now another thing I didn't explain is Z intensity. Now Z intensity is the intensity of the brush. So if you have the standard brush, which like I said pulls out or pushes in, if you pull out, it's at its extreme here. Right now I'm using a mouse, but for future stuff when we're going to be actually doing advanced character sculpting and things like that, I am going to be using my tablet. It's a Genius tablet. It's not the best tablet in the world, but it's really great for me. It was really cheap. It was only like 50 bucks, I think. I got mine from Amazon. You can just type in Genius tablet at Amazon and pick out your one. The best tablet to get if you have the money is in Insignia tablet, I believe. I'm not exactly sure, but it's something like that. And if you're going to get a tablet, the best size that I recommend getting is 8 by 6 inches. So that being said, let's go back in here. So the Z intensity, it's at 100 right now, so this is at its most extreme here, as you can see. So, and if we press Alt, it goes in to its most extreme. If we put it really low here, then it's not going to go in that much. It's not going to pull out that much. So let's just put it back to 25. The menus behave a lot like Blender. Oops, didn't turn to 25. So make sure you press Enter. Okay, so now this is looking very, very jagged. So let's press S to scale this up. And let's say we want to just smooth all this stuff out. How do we do that? We go over here to the smooth brush, and we just start smoothing that out here. Now it's at its extreme right now, and it works a lot better with a tablet because tablets are pressure sensitive, and you can do it as little as you want. But yeah, see, as this is happening, as you can see, you can change the intensity here. If you want to change the intensity, like if I change the intensity on the standard brush, the smooth brush is still going to stay the same, so you have to change the brushes individually, and that kind of hurt me at first because I didn't know that, so it's good to know. But let's say we're going into standard. Let me just go into, let's see, okay. I just need to make sure where front is. Yeah, let's start over. Let's go in Sphere 3D. Can I? No, make a poly mesh like I said in the last part. If you haven't seen that part, go see it. Okay, sorry, I just needed to check which side was the front. So let's say we want to go ahead and sculpt something. So press Alt to bore in some eye holes. Click without holding Alt for the nose. I'm being very poor right now. So let's say we have all this, but this is all too jagged. Let's go into the smooth brush. Smooth that out, but I don't want to have to go back and forth to the smooth brush. So all you have to do is go to the standard brush or whatever brush besides the smooth brush. Just do something and just hold Shift, and that automatically goes to the smooth brush. Very, very useful. Speeds up things a lot. So remember, Shift is smooth. If you want to change the values of the smooth brush, just go to the actual smooth brush, change it up. Now this is 3.1, so it might be different in 3.5. Now another thing is, if you want to up the geometry and add more polygons, what do? Just add that Sphere 3D again. Go ahead and go to geometry here and press divide, and note that only the Polymesh 3D tools can actually divide. So let's go ahead and divide 3 times. Right now I have 131,000 polygons. It doesn't act up a little. Let's turn on frame here so we can get a little, see where we're navigating just a little bit better. Let's divide that a couple more times. Let's divide that up to 1 million. Or 3 million actually. See? Not a problem. I'm sculpting no problem. Now one thing is that when you move it, it turns to a lower polygon level so that it can transition smoother. So let's go ahead and add some stuff. You see how smooth that is? This is 3 million polygons. Now this is polygons, this is 12 million vertices. And this is great, it's really smooth, no problems. And that's how you do that. And let's say you want to go back to the first one. You just take this, and you go all the way to the first one. And change some stuff, and if you go back up to 5, it changed. So we can go between any of these levels. And I accidentally pressed delete lower. And what that did is it got rid of the all of the lower subdivision levels. So this is the lowest I can go. So I'll just press Control Z to undo that. Okay. Now there's another thing really quick that you should know about, or 2 more things. Actually, let me just say just 3 more things, and then the video will be done, and I'll upload another video tomorrow. But here is the alpha settings, and what alphas are they are pictures with just black and white pictures. White has the level of 1, and then the black or the transparent has a level of 0, and 1 being that it affects the mesh 100% of its strength, and 0 has no effect on the mesh. So if you have like a blurred alpha like this, the white part in the middle that's gray, that would affect it about 50%. So let me just show you something. Let's go up to 3 million polygons. Now I have a 64-bit system, so I can handle a lot. So let's go ahead and just start painting on some arrows here. See, it's very cool. And yeah, so and one more thing, there are these things called matte caps or standard materials. These are the materials you can just change. Here I downloaded a Hulk texture, which I think is pretty cool, from Pixelogic. You can just go ahead and download it there. Now these are all the ones from here to here. These are the ones I downloaded. The rest are just standard. So here's another Hulk one. Here's a cool one too, gold one. The shiny one, Dr. Manhattan from the Watchmen, car paint. And this is just how you change the shape, or not the shape, but the appearance of it. And it can actually help with sculpting. I usually sculpt with the, where is it here? Matte Cap Pearl. This is what I sculpt with usually. And it's really cool. But yeah, that's it for now. And that's all you really need to start sculpting in Blender. Sculpting in ZBrush. And yeah, so let me see if I can just say one more thing, or if that's it. Yeah, I can say one more thing. And then there's this here. This is very finicky, so you have to be careful. And this is how you paint or sculpt. So drag rectangular is you just click on the tool and drag it, and then the alpha that you have just drags out. It doesn't do anything more than that. Now if you have no alpha, it'll just drag out the Z intensity that you had here. If you press Alt, it'll go in. Same thing for the alpha. If you press Alt, it will go in instead of being out. So, and Alt is Z sub, not Alt when you have Z add. Is Z add. So like if I have Z sub and hold Alt, it'll be Z add. It's just the opposite of the other one. Here's a cool alpha here. I have other alphas that I downloaded from other people, but that's for future stuff. So there's that. Freehand. What we originally had was dots. So and that just paints it on like each one by one. Freehand, it actually paints it. There's not much difference between the two, to be honest. Color spray, it sprays the alpha on, as you can see. And we can also texture, but and it's called poly painting, but that's for a lot later. And drag dot, you can basically drag where the alpha goes. Now you can just scale up your draw size, and that's how you affect the size of these. Okay, so that's it for this. So in the next tutorial, I will show you how to make a turntable video of your mesh that you created. So thanks for watching, and be sure to watch the future videos. Alright guys, thanks. Bye.